here at Public Stadium.
And hello everyone, and welcome to Monroe Stadium in downtown Fredericksburg for Championship Saturday. The Jackets have showed their playoff toughness these past 2 weeks, then hope for another big effort in front of the home crowd for a regional championship. Today the Yellow Jackets and the Culpeper Blue Devils face off for the Region 3B title. I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you tonight's this afternoon's game on Channel 83, Verizon Channel 41, and on the World Wide Web at www.regionalwebtv.com. Last Friday night, Bob, the Jackets took their show on the road and came home with a 27-17 win over the Warren County Wildcats. An impressive showing by the Yellow Jackets, particularly in the second half.
Absolutely, and it just looked like to me, why are they going to let this chance go? And then the second half, they turned it on.
Boy, they came to life in that second half of that football game. Well, the Yellow Jackets rode a consistent run game and some big throws by Zach Davis to clinch the victory. Aaron Johnson, that's A.J. Johnson, notched yet another 100-yard game, gaining 131 yards and scoring a third-quarter touchdown to pull the Jackets even. Davis completed 10 of 16 passes, including 6 to Chris Reeves-Williams for 157 yards. Brandon Woolridge and Omara Bonham scored the other touchdowns, while kicker Miguel Hernandez booted 2 field goals to give James Monroe some breathing room. So the Yellow Jackets, Bob, we've seen it all season long, where they play 2 halves of football. You know, first half inconsistencies and not being able to get on track. But the second half, and we've talked about it before, it must be the speech by the coach at the halftime.
Well, yeah, we would love to have been a fly on the wall, wouldn't we, to hear that one. Well, but, I think the Jackets, if they ever put together two halves, the second half counts the most. Right? Okay.
They can play with anybody if they can play consistent football for 4 quarters. And it's a type of game this afternoon in this region. Who would have thunk it, Bob? Back when the Yellow Jackets were losing, opened the season at 0-3 to get to this point where they're playing in a championship game.
Hey, who's going to be Cinderella?
That's right. So the Yellow Jackets and Culpeper is set to do battle right here at Monroe Stadium this afternoon on a somewhat warm, breezy afternoon. Good weather for football. There's your opening kick by Hernandez. Take it at the 4, out across the 10. And spins around, gets away, and finally pulled down out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Has that championship playoff atmosphere this afternoon, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah, it's funny. This first game we played in broad daylight.
Yes.
I kind of like it, but I'm wondering if the receivers or other people will be affected when the sun peeps out and that sort of thing. And, of course, got a little bit of a wind blowing, too.
Penalty against Culpeper on that opening kickoff. They're going to push him back. And one thing about doing daytime playoff games or any football game, Bob, I'm able to go into my sock drawer and make sure my socks match. I can see things.
Yeah. Oh, they double that for me, okay?
So 1st and 10 for Culpeper at their 9-yard line. They run, looks like it's a spread offense here, but they also run from the single wing. Quarterback, this is the guy you got to look out for, number 15 on the carry.
Yeah, Colclaw, is that
Colclaw.
Okay, so
I think Colclaw.
Okay.
5'9", 190, a junior. He's a quarterback. This guy can run the football and makes things happen for this offense. That's going to be a gain of about 6-7 yards on first down, setting up a second down, and about 3 yards to go for the Blue Devils at their 15-yard line. Quarterback gets the ball, calls his own number, runs it up the middle into the secondary, has the first down out to the 25-yard line. That's that single wing they're running from.
Yeah, how long has it been since we've seen one of those?
You know, we played a team this year. Well, JM played a team this year, and it was, I can't remember, but I'm going to have to look at our schedule. And one of those teams ran from the single wing.
As a predominant offense? Wow. That shows you how much I was watching.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at their 15-yard line. Quarterback, a handoff, and a run into a host of JM tacklers on the stop. Charlie Fry, number 22 for the Yellow Jackets, Chris Carter in on the stop. Minimal gain on that first down run, setting up a second and 9 yards to go.
Yeah, Jackets need to get this initial stop. I'm almost sure they won the toss and let Culpeper receive. Yeah.
So 2nd and 9 facing the Blue Devils from their 26-yard line. Operating single wing formation. A quarterback calls his own number, and he's going to be caught. It's a holding call. There was a guy out leading interference for number 15, Bob, and he held, and the referee was right there to make the call.
All right, so you take the play or the penalty?
That's going to be declined.
Okay.
I was getting ready to say that's going to be a coach's decision. I wasn't quite smart enough to make that call.
No, but it was a decision because you think about you marching 10 yards back and then but they had dropped him for about a half a yard loss anyway.
It was minimal gain on that play, setting up a 3rd and 9 yards to go. 9:58 to go in this championship game. Operating single wing formation. Quarterback rolling to his right, throws a pass, has a man open, and that's number 11, Gabe Fry, 5'10", 215 senior, coming up with the catch. And another Blue Devil first down out to their 41-yard line.
Yeah, I can see right now he threw a nice ball out there, and so the Jackets can't load up on the on the line of scrimmage there.
Well, we're going to see what JM team showed up today. Are they the team that will sit back on their hands in this opening quarter and allow Culpeper to do what they want to do, or will they get aggressive and stop this drive? First, at 10 yards to go, Culpeper 40, and it's going to be a handoff off tackle on the right side, and that's the pickup of about 3-4 yards. Bob, the Yellow Jackets have not figured out this Culpeper offense yet. They are bending but not breaking, but still allowing Culpeper to move the football.
Yeah, and it's typical of JM. They're taking notes, and when they have to, they usually get that stop. And
maybe too early. Certainly, they've watched the game films of Culpeper, and they have him in the right defense, but they might have to make some adjustments. Quarterback again, and nice gain of about 12 yards into JM territory, down to the 44-yard line. Number 12 checking into the JM lineup. That's Josh Coleman. Coleman is a 5'10", 183 senior, so already Yellow Jackets trying to make some adjustments on defense. Number 1, Gilson coming out for James Monroe. 8:26 to go. 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. 1st and 10. Quarterback calls his number, trips over his teammate, falls forward and picks up a couple of yards. We're going to get this kid's name right, Bob.
Yeah, let me.
Javar Cole-Law.
You're right. It is Cole-Law. I just immediately thought that was Cole Claw, but no, you're absolutely right, Herman. That's Cole-Law.
We'll check with Steve on the pronunciation here in a minute. Just don't call me coleslaw.
Yeah, we got to wait for that one until JM gets the ball back.
2nd and 9 for the Blue Devils at the JM 43-yard line. Movement.
Yeah.
That guard on the far side moved just a little bit. It's going to be a false start against Culpeper.
Yeah,
and you would take the penalty here, Bob.
Yeah, you would, and he's a big guy, and I tell you what, if he starts moving and stuff like that,
it's hard to stop him.
It's hard not to notice him.
That's
too.
Right, like a car running down the hill. So the 5-yard penalty against the Blue Devils, pushing the ball back out to the James Monroe 47-yard line. 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Probable passing down here for the Blue Devils. Quarterback rolling to his right, and he's got the 1st down and more, and the Yellow Jackets do not have an answer.
Wow, I tell you one thing, if he doesn't make it as a college quarterback, he'll be a running back.
Well,
sure.
I tell you, this kid can operate, and he wasn't the original starter when the season started. You remember they were 0-5 to start the season. They made the change, and they haven't lost since, I think.
Oh, for crying out loud, I did not know that, but I can tell you one thing, somebody made a brilliant move.
Yes. So a 1st down for the Blue Devils on the move here with 7:02 to go in this championship game. 1st and 10 yards to go from the JM 30-yard line. A run, and number 21, Chase Brown, came in from the backside and made the tackle.
That's a shame they have to hand off to somebody else. I think somebody else. Cole-Law could run every play. I think.
No gain on that 1st down play, setting up a 2nd and 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils of Culpeper, Virginia. You know, they had 2 teams up there that made the playoffs. The team expected to win the state got knocked out last week. We're talking about Eastern View.
Yeah, and how about that? And how about Louisa coming back and whipping Dinwiddie?
Quarterback throwing the ball. Nice one-hand catch, missed tackle. And a gain all the way down to the James Monroe 9-yard line. So the quarterback picking this JM defense apart with a nice pass and run. That was number 11, Gabe Fry. This is a kid you've also got to watch, Bob.
Yeah, he looks like he's been eating pretty regular, and for a receiver, he made a nice catch on that ball.
Boy, it's got to be humiliating for the Yellow Jackets to have Culpeper to take the football on this opening drive and run it all the way down in the red zone. Quarterback gets the call, bounces inside, and that's number 54, Kerry Young, in on stop for James Monroe.
I just kind of noticing that some of the players are holding these blocks a long time and getting in some extra little punches there. I don't know if that's going to fire up after a while.
Yeah, that'll help you out.
Yeah.
Gain of a yard on that first down play, setting up a second and 9 yards to go for the Blue Devils at the James Monroe, we'll say 12-yard line. Quarterback, number 15, Javar. I'll call him Javar for the rest of the evening.
There you go.
Javar called his own number and fights his way down inside to about the 6-yard line. Going to be shorter picking up the first down. Culpeper faced with a third down and 5 yards to go at the James Monroe 6-yard line.
Yeah, the Jackets could stiffen up here and maybe get a field goal try out of them. That would help a little bit.
So Culpeper taking a timeout. Timeout on the field. 4:49 to go in this 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. Our score 0-0. Back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium on this Thanksgiving weekend, holiday weekend. Turkey and football, nothing goes together better.
Absolutely not. Maybe a little stuffing on the side.
4:49 to go. Culpeper taking a timeout. No score in this football game. Impressive drive here by the Blue Devils on the opening kickoff. And they are threatening now. And a little short pass and a catch. And the Yellow Jackets right there. It's going to be short of picking up the first down. So it's fourth down and 2 long yards to go for the Blue Devils. Let's see if they got a kicker here, Bob.
I saw a guy come out like he was the kicker, number 4. And look him up real quick.
Brad Krim is number 4. They're going to go for it.
Yeah. So he's not the kicker. They're going to go for it.
Well, they need a yard to pick up, 2 yards to pick up the first down. Need 5 yards for the touchdown. Yellow Jackets move, but they get back. There's a call, a run inside into the end zone, touchdown.
That was Cold Claw or whatever his name is. He's
number 15.
Yeah.
We'll say a 5-yard touchdown run by the Blue Devils, and they strike first. What an impressive drive. Long time consuming. Under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Yellow Jackets yet to touch the football. Extra point PAT here by the Blue Devils. There's your snap. The hold, the kick is up. It's ugly and good. So timeout on the field. 3:59 to go in this 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. Our score, Culpeper 7, James Monroe nothing. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. Blue Devils, impressive drive, Bob.
Absolutely. 8 minutes off the clock?
Yes.
Wow. That was a time-consuming drive, and it's almost like the Jackets going to have to answer right back or the quarter will be over. And wow.
And we're looking at a pretty decent Culpeper team. And number 15, he is the general out there, and he's directed his offense and coming up with that 5-yard touchdown run. Kind of squib kick, high bounce, And the Yellow Jackets and one of the up guys come up with that and went directly to the ground.
Was that
Warren said, I'm not a return man. I'm not going to run this thing back.
Yeah, you see, he hit the ground right quick. I'm just wondering whether the kicker miskicked that ball or
did he miss it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If that was purposeful, he was probably trying to keep it away from A.J. Johnson.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. First time this afternoon they've had the ball on offense. Quarterback under center, turns, and a nice run, feeling his way through. A.J. Johnson out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 7 on that run. Boy, you see the patience this kid shows.
Isn't he something? I tell you what, he uses every bit of block that he can get.
I mean, he puts his hand on one of those linemen and kind of feel his way through, and the result was a 7-yard gain. Second and a long 2 for James Monroe at the 41. 2 receivers and a pass and a reception. And into Culpeper territory. Knocked out of bounds in front of the GM bench down to the 41-yard line. Love that play.
Yeah, they just introduced Reeves Williams to the Culpeper Blue Devils. And I'm sure he'll make plenty of catches today.
Simple pass to the flat. Reeves Williams got the reception. A nice run into Culpeper territory down to the 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. It's going to be a handoff. That's going to be number 23 on the carry. Runs over a couple of Culpeper players.
Conway is huge, isn't he?
Yes.
Wow.
Number 23, K.J. Conway, 5'10", 229 senior, and certainly a leader out there on the field. Conway picked up 9 on that gallop around the right side, setting up a 2nd and short. A little play action here, Bob. You can play with this 2nd down. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets will do. Got a receiver to the far side, man in motion. A fake and a pitch, and that's going to be Johnson. Nice defensive play by number 4, Brad Krim for Culpeper, who shot the gap and blew that play up.
Yeah, that had to develop a little quicker for him to hit that hole, but why not? They had they had Culpeper thinking that they might go ahead and pass the ball, and they did run it, and wow, they got in there.
Loss of a couple of yards on that play, setting up a 3rd down. And we'll say 3 yards to go for James Monroe. 2 receivers. Quarterback under center, looking to throw the ball, sets down with the catch. And that's going to be enough for a JM 1st down. Chris Reeves Williams, I like that play. That's the 2nd time they've run that play, Bob. And they've found success in doing so.
Yeah, and Zach's throwing a nice ball.
Yes.
And I say nice and hard. But Reeves Williams he's got a good pair of hands. He really does.
Showing great accuracy. We're talking about the quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, Zach Davis. Zach on the center. Turns, hands it off to A.J., who fumbled the football. Now he's got to get to the outside, and he turns the corner. In pursuit, hot on his butt was Gabe Fry, but he unable to catch up with the speedy A.J. Johnson.
Yeah, he made that play work, because I tell you what, he almost got hit over there on that wide side when he made that turn. So he made that play.
Yes, could have lost yards on that play, but the speed of Johnson outrunning a Blue Devil defender. 2nd at 5 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Culpeper 25-yard line. Chris Reeves Williams to the near side of the field. Quarterback, and a nice hole. Johnson. That was a little wildcat they ran that time.
Yeah.
That was a direct snap back to Johnson.
I thought I missed something, because he got around there quickly.
Yeah, that was a wildcat. We got an injured Culpeper player, number 7, going out. Lewis Chapman, 6-footer, 200-pound senior, injured on play. Seemed to be going out under his own power, so you have to go out one play.
Oops, we got a penalty. We didn't see that.
Nope.
Nope.
That's going to bring the ball back out to the 30-yard line. Penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Minute 2 seconds to go in this opening quarter. 7-0 Culpeper. Yellow Jackets on the move here with a big 2nd and 10 yards to go after that penalty. Operating from the pistol formation. Zach Davis. Davis and a quick hitter up the middle. KJ, nice hard run.
I love the way Callaway runs. Get in his way and you're going to pay.
About a yard shy of picking up the first down, so it will be 3rd down and a long yard to go for James Monroe. This is 2-down territory, Bob. If they don't pick it up here on 3rd down, they'll certainly go for it on 4th down. We also have to remember we have a great field goal kicker. So 3rd and about a yard to go for James Monroe. AJ to fumble the football and Culpeper falling on it.
That's a shame. Oh, me.
My goodness. Miscommunication there between the quarterback and Johnson. Huge hole there, Bob, but he never put it in the breadbasket, as they say.
He should not have pulled that out. He should have given it to Johnson. He had all the yardage he needed on that play if he did.
Championship game, you've got to be focused. You can't make mistakes. And the thing is, we certainly hope Culpeper does not capitalize and extend this lead at 7 with 3.2 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Blue Devils break huddle. Open the season with 5 losses. Quarterback calls his own number and out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's going to end the first quarter of play here at Murray Stadium in this 3B Region Championship game. Our score, Culpeper 7, James Monroe nothing. We'll be back after this timeout. Back here at Murray Stadium, cloudy. Slight breeze blowing, but comfortable for football. And Culpeper on the move out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line.
This guy ever get tired, I wonder?
Yeah, you're going to have to pop him, Bob.
Yeah. It's almost like if you were able to put him out of the game, the offense would go down the drain.
So the quarterback, number 15, Javar Kolaw, 5'9", 190 junior, single wing formation, snap, handoff, and he's still on his feet and finally taken down. Forward progress going to be enough for a first down into JM territory, down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah,
big old scrappy boys.
And there's nothing fancy about it. They just do what they need to do.
Yeah. So they move the chain on the far side of the field. First down and 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Culpeper coming into today's game with identical records with James Monroe. It's 6-6. First and 10. Calls this number again. Finally taken down by number 23, KJ Conaway.
Oh, Culpeper player down.
Yeah, I see it, Bob. Injured Culpeper player, slowly getting up. It's number 45, Noah Staton. He's another one of those standouts on offense. So the nose of the football just shy of James Monroe's 45-yard line. James Monroe's defense last week was tested early. Gave up some points, but pretty much shut down Warren County last week. Let's see if they do the same thing this afternoon. That's going to be number 11, slipping tacklers, but getting some help from his teammates. Yellow Jackets, the initial hit was made by Chase Brow, who penetrated and got into that Culpeper backfield. And a loss of a couple of yards, setting up a third down at 10 yards to go.
Interesting to see if Kolog would go to the pass now or run it himself.
Yes. Big third down play here for Culpeper. Third, 10 yards to go, 9:45 to go here in this second quarter. Championship game. Quarterback rolling out, again, feeling some heat, throws a pass, and it's nearly intercepted.
Oh, my goodness. I think it's the first time they had him
Well, if they decide to punt here, and I think they will, Bob. So the first stop defensively by James Monroe against this Culpeper offense. Quarterback running for his dear life, kind of threw that off balance, and it fell incomplete. Stopping the clock with 9:32 to go.
Don't tell me this guy has a weakness.
Fourth down and 9 yards to go. Punter standing back inside his 40, gets the snap, whistles. Let's see what that's all about.
Hope it's too much time.
Preliminary signal is against the Yellow Jackets.
Is that a face mask?
Is it a major penalty? I don't know. Going to be a 5-yard. Yes.
What does he do there?
Substitution penalty against the Yellow Jackets. So 4th and 5 yards to go. So that gives the punter 5 more yards here. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. 2 return men. High snap. Punter gets it off with the left foot. And it takes a Culpeper bounce down to the 20-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets offensively, Bob, did pretty good on that initial possession, but shot themselves in the foot with the fumble.
Yeah, it looks like JM can move the ball on these guys, and this would be an important drive right here just to let them know that what they have in the offing there.
So for the maybe third week in a row, the Yellow Jackets failed to score in the first quarter. Am I correct?
I'm almost sure of it, yes.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 man in motion to the near, and the Yellow Jackets with a handoff and a nice run into the secondary. He goes midfield, 40. He's going to go all the way into the end zone, number 24, A.J. Johnson.
I tell you what, did you see the afterburners come on? My goodness.
I'm saying about a 70, maybe an 80-yard touchdown run by Johnson. Boy, he got that arch in his back, and it was clean sailing after that, Bob.
It was sweet.
So just like that, the Yellow Jackets score in a big way. (7-6). Hernandez in for the PAT. The snap, to hold, the kick by Hernandez. It's up, and it is good. Timeout on the field in this 3B Region Championship game here at a packed house at Mars Stadium. Our score, it's Culpeper 7, James Monroe 7. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Mars Stadium. We're deadlocked at 7 in this championship game, and Bob, it didn't take them long to get on the board.
Absolutely not, and it's just what the doctor ordered. I still can't believe AJ in that run, because it looked like they might grab him.
Yes.
He took off. It was 3 yards between the man and him.
And this kid is so strong. I mean, it's not big at all, but it was a couple of arm tackles by Culpeper players, and they just couldn't bring him down. Hernandez's kick into the end zone, touchback, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, Hernandez has a kick, definite college-style kicking distance. He usually puts them in the end zone.
We're talking about number 15. Last week, Cold Claw carried the ball 30 times for 240 yards, Bob.
My goodness, yeah. To say that he's one-dimensional offensive would be an understatement.
Cloudy afternoon on this Saturday in November. Championship high school football. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Yellow Jackets, that might fire him up. And a nice run. He gets away, and he's finally pulled down on the Blue Devil side of the field. Wow. After gaining out to the 45-yard line. This kid is good.
Yeah, he's their offense. There's no question about that.
But you can't keep that stamina up, Bob, for 4 quarters like that. I mean, this kid runs the ball on every play.
It's unbelievable. Wow, does he get around?
1st down for Culpeper. Out to their 43-yard line. Mr. Coldclaw with the big run. 8:57 to go, and he runs it again. You would think he'd be winded after that long run. He calls his own number again.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of Gatorade he's drinking, but I'll tell you what, it's working.
Yeah, check the Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
This kid has energy. That's 2 successive runs there. One long run. He come right back and call his own number again. You can see he's getting a little bit tired, Bob, when you see these players start putting their hands on the hips. Getting a little bit winded.
I know. I would have been after the first quarter. Yeah.
Getting off the bus.
Get off the bus. Okay.
2nd down. 8 yards to go. Pass, and it's almost intercepted by number 22. Chris Carter got right in that passing lane. Batted that ball up in the air, and he couldn't catch up with it, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that Culpeper threw on 2nd down there, and they didn't have good results at the same time.
And they're faced now with a 3rd and long, and about 7 yards to go for Culpeper, and a probable passing down here. And what the Yellow Jackets will have to do, Bob, they got to put some pressure on number 15. 8:08 to go.
Yeah, I like to see him chasing back a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down play. Fans recognize that. Beginning to cheer defense. 3rd and 7. Quarterback gets the snap. Looking. Throws a pass, and it's caught in the middle of the field. Still on his feet. Finally taken down by number 23, K.J. Conaway. The coverage in the secondary a little bit suspect. He was wide open.
Yeah, it's funny. They threw on 2nd down, didn't have good results, and they had to throw on 3rd down. That guy was wide open.
Yes. And a major, huge gain down to the James Monroe 33-yard line. And Culpeper with another 1st down to keep this drive alive. 7:50. Huge crowd from Culpeper here.
Yeah, look at them. Wow. They're excited about this.
Yes.
This season.
1st and 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Quarterback is going to run the ball, and a good defensive play by the Yellow Jackets. See if it can't pick up some players. Number 12, Josh Coleman in on the stop for James Monroe.
Yeah, is that 21 you're talking about?
That was Coleman, number 12.
Oh, gotcha.
Just made the play. So 2nd And we'll say 7 yards to go for Culpeper at the James Monroe 30-yard line. Glad to have you along this afternoon. I'm Herman Kay, and this wonderful guy sitting next to me, that's Bob Blackburn. In this championship game, quarterback calls his own number again, puts his head down, Cold Claw on the carry. And let's see, number 54 in on stop, Kerry Young for James Monroe.
And I got a question of third and what, maybe 4.5?
About 4 yards for Culpeper.
Well, I don't think they'll throw it. I honestly don't on this one.
Blue Devils taking a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. Our score deadlocked at 7. Back after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium, 7-7 tie, championship game. Culpeper taking their second timeout. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Blue Devils at the James Monroe 26-yard line. Man in motion to the near side of the field. Quarterback calls his number, and he will not get it. Cold Claw was hit in his backfield. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain. 4th and 4.
Okay, I got to say it. They called timeout to call that play, really? I'm sorry.
It makes sense, did it?
It really did. I thought for sure there was going to be some kind of crossing in the backfield and a quick throw in the flats or something like that, but okay.
They called that mess.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. 4th
down and 4 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Big defensive stand here for the Yellow Jacket. Look at that formation. Single wing formation. The snap back to the quarterback. He looks to throw the football, throws it, and it's going to be a catch and a missed tackle, and finally pulled out of bounds down on the far sideline. That ball hung up in the air a long time with the completion. Defender had no idea where the football was.
Yeah, that's amazing. Maybe that was the play they called in the huddle. I don't know.
So they moved the ball down to the 5-yard line, 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Blue Devils at the James Monroe 6-yard line. If the Yellow Jackets have had any trouble this year defensively, let me be nice. 5:22 to go. Direct snap by number 15. He's trying to bull his way down inside to about the 2-yard line. Cold Claw on the carry. I'm so close to saying coleslaw.
Luckily, that isn't a Thanksgiving
thing. Beans and Franks and coleslaw.
Okay.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Yellow Jackets trying to dig in here defensively. Bet who's going to get the ball. And
surprise.
Did he finally get in? Yes. We'll say a 3-yard touchdown run by number 15, Javal Coldlaw. I'm butchering this name.
Well,
5'9", 190 junior. He does it all for them. Yellow Jackets are going to have to figure out the way to stop this kid. And the only way you do it, Bob, you got to hit him hard.
Yeah, and that's we've seen it, but not consistently yet.
I've seen the confidence level of some great ball players go down to zero after they get hit hard.
No, yeah.
Extra point attempt here by the Blue Devils. High snap. The kick is up. Partially looked like it was blocked, but it goes across the crossbar. And a timeout again. 4:33 to go in this first half of this 3B championship finals here at Mark. 14-7 Culpeper back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. Another 3A region championship taking place this afternoon. That game got underway at 2 o'clock. It's Hopewell at New York. And whoever wins this football game will play the winner of that Hopewell-York football game next week in the state semifinals. Squib kick again, and the Yellow Jackets fall on it. Nice play by number 12 for the Yellow Jackets, Bob. Josh Coleman coming up, fall on that football.
Smart move in high school. You know doggone well they want to just scoop it up and just take off with it, but it's a smart move.
I don't like that type of kick. You know why? Because if you doesn't go your way, your opponent ends up in pretty decent field position.
Something tells me they either have a lot of respect for number 24 on the kickoff return, or they have a bad kicker.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 44-yard line. Zach Davis, the quarterback, a handoff and a run, streaking up the sideline. And that's going to be number 6, Zion Alston on the carry. Nice run.
Yeah, Alston had a good game last week. Had a good game last week.
Jet sweep around the left side into Culpeper territory, down to the 41-yard line. Nice crowd on hand this afternoon. Boy, Culpeper, they've got as many people over there as we have on the home side.
Good
Yellow Jackets again, first and 10. Nice handoff. A.J. Johnson on the carry down inside to 30 to the 29. 11-yard pickup on first down. I'll take that every time.
Yeah, and they're starting to mix it up very well now. And I was watching 3 of the Culpeper players might have taken themselves out of the play, but they got up and walked back and tried to get their pride going again here.
Number 14 and number 15, that's Turner White, Chris Reeves, Williams, split to the far side of the field. Quarterback, that's going to be a run. Bonham turning the corner on the far side. Nice juke move down inside the 25 to the 21-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets getting this offense in gear and moving the ball effectively against this Culpeper defense.
Glad to see Alston and Barnum, getting some calls there, because they're not slow.
Yes,
they're good players.
Well, we're faced with a second down and short. You remember the last time they tried it and they lost yards? Little play action here. Second and a yard to go. Zach Davis, the junior, gets the snap, looking to throw the football. Has a man with the catch at the 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown.
Number 2.
Woolridge, a 21-yard touchdown from Zach Davis to Woolridge. I like that play because he had blockers out in front.
He did. It was beautiful.
And you don't have to block a man to the ground. All you have to do is shadow that defender and allow that receiver to get by. And that's what happened on that play. And the Yellow Jackets scored on a nice passing play. Extra point attempt here by Hernandez. It is up, and it is good. We're tied at 14-3, 14 to go in this first half. 3B Region Championship game. Back after this. Welcome back to Murray Stadium. Seesaw affair this afternoon.
Well, yeah, this is first half, and all the time it takes Culpeper to score.
And I'll put my money on JF, Bob. If they've scored 14 in the first half.
Yeah, it's unusual for the Jackets.
Yes. So the Yellow Jackets clawing their way back into this football game. We're knotted at 14 with 3:14 to go in this first half. Hernandez with the kick, end over end, deep kick over the head into the end zone for the touchback. Not giving number 15 a chance back there, are they?
No, not at all.
I certainly wouldn't either. So 3B championship number 5 Culpeper at number 3 James Monroe. Region 3C, it was Heritage of Lynchburg beating Brookville. Final was 62-20, Bob. Brookville losing.
When's the last time you heard of them losing by that score? Unless it was the first time JM and Brookville.
But you also know what that means. Heritage must be loaded.
Oh my goodness, I hadn't thought about that.
First and 10, the Blue Devils at the 20-yard line. Quarterback calls his own number and slips in the backfield. Got a little help from number 72, Travis Dawson. There on the stop. Yellow Jackets taking a timeout. We'll keep it right here because we've got some stuff to look at when it comes to playoff action. And I said earlier, Region 3A, Hopewell taking on number 3, York. That's today at 2 o'clock, and whenever we get a score in that game, we'll certainly pass it along. They were talking prior to the start of today's game, Bob, here in the press box. If the Yellow Jackets win, will they host the state semifinal game next week? And I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, I've heard two people say that
they rotate it, right? When you get to the state, don't they rotate it from region to region?
Yeah, if that's the case, then there's
we
a
might
chance.
host.
Yeah, and okay, so I'm hoping for that. Nothing like a game at Murray Stadium. Oh, nothing like a lot of games at Murray Stadium.
Right. We got to get by this nail biter first.
Well, Culpeper scored 14 points last week, made that win, and now they've scored 14 and they're tied.
2nd and 11. Quarterback's going to air it out.
Good thing.
And almost intercepted. Good coverage in the secondary by Alston. Boy, he covered him like a blanket on that play, Bob.
Yeah, he had a little bit more arc on that ball, I think, than he wanted. But,
yeah.
Wow.
Had too much air under it, and thus it floated. And Alston right there to make the big defensive play. Clock stopped at 3:01. Deadlocked at 14 in this championship game. Huge crowd on hand.
Yeah, I want to see him throw it again here, and maybe one of the Jackets pick that rascal off.
3rd and 11. Last couple of times, Bob, Blue Devils with 3rd down situations, they've converted.
Yeah.
Quarterback gets the snap, throws a pass across the middle. It's broken up and nearly intercepted. Good coverage in the secondary by Barnum, and the Yellow Jackets hold.
Got to make them punt back deep, and that's going to be interesting.
That's only the second time the Yellow Jackets have forced Culpeper to punt the ball in this first half.
Yeah, then that's bound to give you a little confidence there coming into the.
Two dangerous return men for James Monroe. Bonham along with A.J. Johnson. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. Punter standing at his 5-yard line. 14-14 tie. Will the Yellow Jackets put on the pressure here? Here they come. And he gets it off. And it's going to be fielded and dropped.
Oh,
Bonham coming up and muffed the football.
Got to give him a break, huh?
Nobody feels worse than this kid. He certainly makes a lot more good plays than that bad one.
Yeah. Well, I think the Jacket defense is up for the challenge, but it would have been nice to come off the field, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and all of that because he wanted to make a big play. You could have got that thing on the fly. He was gone, Bob.
Yeah, it was a high risk play, but
Culpeper getting another break here. Fumble recovery 2 tonight. First and 10 yards to go. And that was a headshot.
Oh, I know. That's Barnum.
K.J. Conaway. Stop for the Yellow Jackets along with number 54. My man, Kerry Young, 6-footer, 289 senior. And you're talking about nice kids, Bob. I can see that about over half of the team.
Yeah, they are nice, and I think at one point they were saying maybe they're too nice.
Yeah, we need a fight at practice or something every now and then.
Exactly.
But a nice group of young men, and to be where they are this afternoon, you have to applaud the effort of this year's team because, they were down for the 8 count.
Yeah, and we weren't even expecting a game 11, and then all of a sudden, since they got things turned around a little bit, they took advantage of it.
They were down for the 8 count and got up on 7 and back on their feet boxing. Second down at 8 yards to go. And that's going to be 15 and no gain.
Yeah,
number 72, Tyrone Greenhouse. Say none of that here. That was Greenhouse along with is that Chase Brown?
Yeah, I tell you what, yes. The JM defense is starting to thumb their noses a little bit now. Telling them bring it on.
We talked about two of the other regions, Bob, Region 3D. Lord Bordertot beat Staunton River. Staunton River beat Lord Bordertot 49-31. Region 2A, Poquoson beat Goochland 21-10. That was a number 1 and 2 seed, so that should have been a pretty good football game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 3C again. Heritage and Brookville must be 10 miles apart or something like that.
Yeah.
And
yep.
Well, that must have been a hard pill to swallow for Brookville. I know they got a lot of pride there.
3rd and 7 yards to go. Back to live action here at Maury Stadium. At the 45-yard line, quarterback looking, throws a pass, and it's going to be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. Yes.
All right, boys. All right.
Brandon Woolridge coming up with the intercept at the JM 30. See where they spotted at. Right at the JM 40-yard line.
I tell you what, I'm impressed with Cole Law or Cole Claw, whatever. Okay, but on his long ball, no, that ball is way up on the arc. And
yes. You can see his mechanics for throwing a football are not that good. Thus, he was off balance when he let that ball go, and it floated, and the Yellow Jackets pick it off. Zach Davis, flag coming out. And it's a pass over the head. One of those receivers a little bit happy to get started, Bob. Might have come across the line of scrimmage.
Set him back 5 and go again.
See if that's going to be an illegal procedure call. Yep.
Did you actually spot the guy, or did
it was on this side of the field?
Came out a little early.
He'll remain nameless.
Okay. You're the man.
We protect these kids.
Good.
So, false start against the Yellow Jackets, setting up a 1st and 15 from the James Monroe 34-yard line. Plenty of time here with 2:19 to go in this first half. Yellow Jackets 4 wideouts. Quarterback Zach Davis alongside him in motion. Bonham to the near side. Zach looking. And a nice pass. Is it a catch? Yes.
Yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets get back over half of those penalized yards.
Already had another play called. And
in a hurry up here now. 2-minute drill for the Yellow Jackets. 2 minutes to go. Yellow Jackets 2nd and 3 yards to go. And again, he sits down with the same play, gets out of bounds, stopping the clock into Culpeper territory. What a smart play. Brandon Woolridge, you know what they're doing, Bob? They're throwing it down and out to Woolridge, and the corners are playing real soft. Then the corners are going to think, I'm getting eaten alive out here. He's going to come up and challenge, and this is when Woolridge is going to blow by him.
Exactly.
1st and 10 yards to go. Pitch run around the right side. That's number 24. Johnson on the carry down inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
You can call me Johnson.
Minute 40 and counting down. The Yellow Jackets no huddle here. You got 4 wideouts for James Monroe. Zach Davis from the pistol looking to throw the ball, and he has a man open, getting out of bounds. Woolridge again with the reception down to the 30-yard line.
He's getting open at will.
I don't think Sonny Jurgensen could run a drill as well as Zach has done on this drive.
He's showing a lot of poise, isn't he?
So the Yellow Jackets, not only are these receivers coming up and making terrific catches, Bob, but they have the presence of mind to step out of bounds to stop the clock. Minute 24 to go. Yellow Jacket with the 1st and 10. Culpeper's 30-yard line. Zach gets a snap. It's a draw.
Oh, nice.
And that's going to be A.J. Johnson turning the corner. He's one block, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Boy, was he tippy-toeing on that,
yes,
sideline, wasn't he?
So the Yellow Jackets with a minute 17 in the red zone, threatening to score with a 1st and goal from Culpeper's 6-yard line.
Yeah, as slowly as Culpeper's marches have been, they probably think, wow, the Jackets moved the ball, in 30 seconds like we moved it in about 5 minutes.
Yellow Jackets break huddle. Noise level is going up here at Morris Stadium. 14-14 tie. Zach gets the snap, looking, running right. Got to get rid of it. He's going to try to turn the corner and runs into a defender, and his helmet flies off his head to the sideline. But it wasn't Zach's helmet. It was a helmet, it wasn't a head.
Oh, man.
So...
Sorry to get it down in the 5, but they got it down to the 5 anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I'm sorry, Bob.
No, I was interrupting you and thinking out loud. I'm sorry.
Timeout on the field. 1:07 to go. Yellow Jackets threatening to take the lead in this first half in this championship game. Boy, we've seen a pretty good football game thus far from the Yellow Jackets. And Culpeper, Bob, they just won't go away. And the Yellow Jackets are saying, if you don't go away, we're going to score and try to take control of this football game.
Right, and once they get used to number 15 and zero in on him, I think you'll see a lot more success.
Last week, Culpeper in that semifinal game beat the number 1 seed Thomas Jefferson of Richmond.
Right.
And they only allowed 7 points in that game, so their defense stepped up to the occasion last week. But the Yellow Jackets putting 14 on in the first half is letting Culpeper know we're not afraid of you, and we're going to score when we can.
Yeah, and quickly too. They must must be surprised. It says, wow, these guys, you never know who's going to carry the ball and how far he's going to go. He's mixed it up very well here in the second quarter as far as receivers and ball carriers.
Back to live action, 14-14 tie. Second and goal. Pitch. That's Johnson on the sweep. Cuts it inside, into the end zone. Touchdown, A.J. Johnson.
Nice job.
6-yard touchdown run. Did you see the patience on that run?
He let his blockers get out in front of him and went on in.
So for the first time this afternoon, the Yellow Jackets have the lead in this football game. 20-14 with Hernandez on for the PAT. The snap to hold, the kick by Hernandez, the left foot kick. He remains perfect on the afternoon. Timeout on the field. 1 minute remaining in this first half of football in this 3B championship game. Our score, it's James Monroe 21 and Culpeper 14. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Marine Stadium, 21-14, James Monroe. They've come from behind, and this guy fooled us, Bob. We thought he couldn't kick. Drilled that kickoff into the end zone. Oh, that's Hernandez. I'm sorry. I was spun around.
Yeah, I was saying, what are you saying about Hernandez? What? All right, let's see. Let's see.
You ever in a situation where you're somewhere and you said, where am I? I just had that moment.
Oh, okay. Let's see. There's a psychological term for that. I'll have to think of what it is.
Crazy.
No.
So 1st and 10 for Culpeper at their 20. They better be safe here, Bob. They've switched from that single wing. Looks like a spread offense here. Quarterback looking to throw the football, and he just throws it up for grabs.
Too high.
And it's caught, but out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was a nice one-hand catch by number 1 for Culpeper.
Yeah, all he had to do is clear the guys off the sidelines there. And
check this name out, Capone Hoffman.
Oh, my goodness.
You think they call him Al?
Yeah, I bet. Okay, I can tell you right now, Coleclaw or Coleclaw or whatever. And I've seen it spelled both ways, so I'm wondering. So anyway, he doesn't throw a good long ball at all.
2nd down and 10 yards to go for Culpeper. You got to watch Hoffman, Capone Hoffman. 2nd down and 10, a quarterback. Feeling the pressure, Fry with the catch.
Yeah, that he can do.
Boy, they took down. Got a fan on the far side, Bob.
Yeah, they're down, yeah.
Yeah. They're looking at that fan over there. He took a real shot. Still down. Hadn't gotten up yet, I don't think. They're looking over there. The officials were looking at him.
Yeah, I don't like to see anybody get hurt.
Boy, it's getting so tough out here. The players are hitting the fans. You know. No, I'm going to leave that alone. 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for Culpeper at their 27-yard line. Now we're getting an official stoppage of play. Nope, it's going to be a penalty, a delay of game against the Blue Devils. Now, if the Yellow Jacket can play it smart here and tighten up in that secondary bar, you know they're going to throw the football.
Exactly.
I'm going to pick 6 right about now.
Yeah, that would really pound them. That would do it.
So the Yellow Jackets now are having a discussion, a zebra meeting. This must be important. I'm calling them all in. That's about a, what, 5 alarm?
5 alarm. Somebody dialed 911. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh. What are they back in jam up now? What's up with that?
They made the wrong call. So now they are penalizing James Monroe and pushing the ball out to the 30, make it 28-yard line.
Okay.
They're explaining to the JM bench what happened, and I'm sure they don't want to hear that explanation.
No.
So 45 seconds to go in its first half. 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for Culpeper at their 28-yard line. Yellow Jackets. And it's going to be a run. Number 15.
He's going to get out of bounds then.
Hold. Javar Coldlaw. You think his teachers butcher his name like that at school?
Well, I know we've done a good job with it, haven't we?
We don't need any help on that end, do we?
Yeah. No. Think of the number of teams. Okay, so this is what, their 13th game?
Yes.
Okay. And if we haven't murdered somebody's name by now, oh my goodness.
You know those 2 guys that broadcast the games that butchered.
Yeah, right. We'll claim we don't know who they are.
That's right. Not us. 38 seconds remaining. 21-14, James Monroe championship game on a cloudy, nice afternoon in November. Certainly hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Quarterback looking, and it hung up there and it falls flat. Looking at the quarterback, this guy's a great runner, not a great passer. Mechanics are horrible from that quarterback position. He's throwing off balance, off the wrong foot, thus he can get nothing on the football.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they
run the ball.
Yeah, right. And nobody can question that this guy can run the football.
Boy, they're taking a big risk here, putting the ball in the air with 32. You would think they'd run the ball and try to go to halftime. I mean, they're risking an interception here. Quarterback gets the snap, looking, fires a pass across the middle, almost intercepted. Aiden Ryan had the bead on that football ball, but it just could not come up with the interception. That's what I'm afraid of if I were the Culpeper coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And this will let you know something. Okay, if this happens in the second half and they need to get down the field, they're telling a story right here.
21-14, 3rd down, 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils at their 35-yard line. Got to put some pressure on that quarterback, too. Standing back there, Yellow Jackets showing blitz. Now they back off. And it's going to be a long pass. He's wide open.
Goodness.
And missed tackle.
Goodness.
He's going to go.
My goodness. I did not believe that.
Missed tackle, long pass. That's going to be 65-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback. Who is the receiver?
I didn't catch that.
That was number 1. That's our guy, Al.
He waited at least 3 seconds for that ball to come down, and that's how wide open it was.
And the defender lost his man, thus resulting in a long touchdown play. Boy, I'm telling you, Don't want things like that to happen at just before the half. 18 seconds to go. And Culpeper extra point away from tying this football game up. The snap, high snap, the kick, and it's partially blocked.
That'll help.
Yes. So the kick is blocked. Yellow Jackets remain a 1-point edge here with 18 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. What a first half of football here at Maury Stadium. It's a championship game, Bob.
Yeah, it's just amazing, the unlikely idea that the man could be so wide open, wait for the ball to come down, and then break loose for the touchdown.
Yep. And it was 3rd down and 10. And if the Yellow Jackets could have held on that 3rd down, they could have forced them to punt the football. Wasn't much time left to do anything, but certainly didn't want that to happen. So
okay, well, there's always a kickoff run back here.
Oh, we can run it back.
Right.
So 21-20, James Monroe with a 1-point lead here at the half.
Look at the kickoff return team trying to get up there. They know where the ball's coming.
And
short and ugly. Come on.
So the Yellow Jackets await the kick here by Culpeper. And the ball fell off the tee.
I don't blame him. He hadn't been getting much business.
I think if it falls off 2 times, you got to send somebody out there to hold it.
Hold it, yeah.
Here's your kick. It's going to be a short kick fielded by the Yellow Jackets. I don't understand that, do you?
Not at all.
When you had running room, on the return.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. I think the Jackets are playing it a little bit safe. Yeah, that one he could have grabbed and gone with it.
Yeah. I mean, your chances of running it back are far greater than falling on the football. So 17 seconds to go. And a quarterback for the Yellow Jackets. Zach Davis has a great arm. Watch the matchup on the near side of the field. Number 2, Brandon Woolridge. Yellow Jackets, Woolridge. And there's a pass over the middle. And, he's still on his feet. A.J. Johnson down to the 30. Yellow Jackets have to take a timeout. 8 seconds to go. The clock will start. He's got to.
They may not have a timeout, Herman. Surely they would have called it.
And they clocked the football.
Okay.
Well, the chain had never got set. They couldn't start the clock until the chain got set. So the Yellow Jackets could have waited a little bit before clocking the football. 7.9 seconds to go. You got to go to the end zone here.
You ever seen a quarterback fake the clock and then fall back? I don't think I could ever remember that.
Big catch by A.J. Johnson, Bob, and he nearly got away. So the Yellow Jackets going to go for the field goal here. It's going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt here by Miguel Hernandez. 46 yards. The snap, the hold, the kick by Miguel is up. And it is
my goodness.
Good.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness. 46 yards. We'll say 47 officially. 47-yard field goal by Miguel Hernandez with 2.7 seconds to go.
That's incredible.
Man, he could have kicked that from 50.
Yeah, all year long he's been gradually trying from a little longer, and this one sets the record.
That's going to be a record kick by Hernandez. We'll have to check the record books, Bob, but in my memory, I don't remember. We've had some great kickers here at James Monroe, but I don't ever remember a 47-yard field goal. Do you?
I don't think so, unless David did. I know he had a couple long ones, but
Not 47, I don't think.
You're probably right. That was a beauty.
So Hernandez, boy, this kid deserves a game ball. Hernandez with the kick, and he booms it into the end zone. That's about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Touchback, and Culpeper will have it 1st and 10 at that 20-yard line with only 2.7 seconds to go. Well, we got to check the record books, but I think that's got to be the longest.
I know I was sitting there gritting my teeth for a long time. They're saying, come on. But, gosh, all the great place kickers that JM's had. If that's a record, that's pretty amazing.
I mean, we could say some of the great kickers, they were accurate anywhere inside the 40. But we're talking about 7 additional yards.
That'll be one to cherish right there.
Culpeper should take a knee here with this snap.
Don't count on it.
See if they do something crazy here. Quarterback's looking to throw the football. And he throws it again. It's going to be picked off by the Yellow Jackets on return. Look at the wall set up. He might go. He could take it in. And he's inside and knocked out of bounds down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, that'll teach him.
What a play by Zion Alston. And that's the way the first half will end. Exciting game in this championship game here at Morris Stadium. Capacity crowd on hand. Reminds me of old times, Bob, here at Morris Stadium.
Yeah, a lot of points going up on the board and a lot of good offense.
Into the first half in this 3B Region Championship game. Our score, it's James Monroe 20 and Culpeper 20. We'll be back. That's JM 24 and Culpeper 20. We'll be back after this. Back to Morris Stadium as halftime celebration going on, but don't pop the cork.
No kidding. I would have a pretty stiff speech, not necessarily the offense, but I'd let the D know that if you can't watch number 15, you're going to be sorry. But
and I would have to say, because this kid is not a passer, Bob, he's been, I'll loosely say this, and a little bit lucky on his receptions.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
That was a dead quail coming down.
That's right. It hung up there forever. 24-20, 3B championship game here at Morris Stadium. James Monroe on top by 4. And here's Bob Blackburn. I'm sorry while you were drinking water, Bob.
No, okay.
Here's Bob with all of the highlights
Take a swallow.
of the first half.
Okay, here we go. Only one score in the first quarter at 3:59 when Colelaw made a run for 4 yards, and the point after was good. Culpeper took a 7-0 lead out of the first quarter. JM came back fiercely here in the second quarter at 9:07 on an 80-yard TD run by A.J. A.J. Johnson. It was thing of beauty. The afterburners cut in, and they started to score up at 7-7. Culpeper came right back at 4:33 on a 3-yard run by Colt Law. I'm just going to call it Colt Law. Okay. Anyway, point after was good. Culpeper took a 14-7 lead. JM came almost right back on a 21-yard TD pass from Davis to Woodridge. Point after was good, made it 14-14. JM scored again with 1 minute left on the. I can't believe this because the rest of them are in seconds. Anyway, here we go. 5-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good, made it 21-14. And then Culpeper came back on a Hail Mary pass with 18.1 seconds left in the first half on a 64-yard pass. We didn't get the receiver, but I'm sure he's not too upset. Anyway, the point after was not good. James Monroe held on to a 21-20 lead, and then the final score came with 2 seconds on a beautiful 47-yard field goal by Hernandez, and JM takes a 24-20 lead into the halftime dressing room. A lot of points.
Thank you, sir. A total of 44, if my math is correct, 44 points in the first half, an exciting first half of football. Yellow Jackets can't stop the Blue Devils, and the Blue Devils can't stop JM.
Yeah, so if it's going to be a score fest, it's a score fest. Yeah, two good teams, and we've seen this before in the state finals. Remember the first time against Brookfield, right?
Monroe, and in a thriller down in Lynchburg, that game that the Yellow Jackets won the state championship, but it was a seesaw back and forth game, and we're seeing that type of game this afternoon between Culpeper. 2 6-6 teams coming in here this afternoon. Nobody expected either team to be here in this region championship game, but here we are, and we've been blessed with a great half of football thus far, and the Yellow Jackets hanging on to a 4-point lead. So
who would have thought when they rearranged everything and they had this and you're in this division, you do this and do that, teams with now James started out with a losing record into the playoffs. Now they're up to even, and if they win today, of course they'll have a winning record.
Yes.
But is that the reason they rearranged things like that?
We kind of like it because it allowed us to get into the playoffs.
Sure, and the teams that are hot at the end, they're the ones that win. Right.
And plus, being a third seed, Bob, has been to JM's advantage throughout the playoffs because they were able to host the game today because of that.
Yeah. And if you're hosting with 4 victories, what the heck?
Yeah, that's right.
Take it and run, right?
You're in pretty good shape. I see you got some stats there.
Yeah, let's see. This compliments of Steve Franzello with the Freelance Star. It's always good to sit next to Steve. Let's see, Culpeper, 12 first downs and rushing Colt Law. 23 attempts, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As far as passing is concerned, the same man, number 15, he was 7 for 16 with 1 touchdown. I'm sorry, and a total of 164 yards. Wow! So the statistics for number 15 are really good. Anyway, over on JM side, they had 11 first downs, and as far as rushing is concerned, A.J. Johnson was 9 attempts for 140 yards and 2 TDs. And as far as passing, Davis is having a great day. He's had 7 attempts, 8 completions, and 1 interception. That's it for 110 yards. Yeah. So
did they have Johnson's receiving yards too? He had 140 something rushing.
No kidding. I forgot about the receiving yards.
Yeah.
So add some to that too, but pretty well split down.
Yes.
As far as statistics are concerned, But JM coming out with a 4-point lead after the first half.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I'm kind of happy where we are. 24 points today. Last Friday night they scored 0 points. Am I correct? It was 10-0 at the half.
I thought they had a
field goal.
Field goal, yeah.
So it might have been 10-3 at the half last week. But
I can check real quick.
they need the Yellow Jackets have come out just having trouble stopping Culpeper, and particularly number 15, our friend Javar Colaw at 5'9", 190. Junior. This kid can do it all and has done it all for his teammates out there this afternoon, accounting for all of their points, whether he scored himself or through passing the football.
Yeah, when they told us up front, look out for number 15. I tell you, he is he is a player.
So it's halftime here at Maury Stadium on a festive holiday weekend. 24-20 3B championship game. We'll be back with our third quarter kickoff coming up after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. We are all set for this second half kickoff here at Maury Stadium. 3B Region Championship game. There's your kick, end over end kick. First time we've seen that this afternoon.
Yeah.
On return for the Yellow Jackets. Feeling his way through. Nice return. And that's going to be number 15, Chris Reeves-Williams, on return for James Monroe. Nice return out to the James Monroe 47-yard line.
Yeah, I think the basketball coach was watching him go up those sidelines. Don't hurt yourself.
You know, it's obvious now, knowing that the Yellow Jackets got to open the kickoff here in the second half, but very important for them to handle the ball here to open up this second half.
Absolutely, and it'd be interesting to see if JM goes to the running game right away or
well,
what?
You got 4 wideouts. Let's see if they air it out here.
Yeah.
And what they're running now, that's Bonham bursting through down to the 40-yard line. That's the Wildcat they're running from now, Bob. So a wrinkle in this JM offense.
Okay, so he was in for Zach Davis.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Now Zach. Who the devil is that? That's Zach, right?
Zach, I think, was a receiver, and a direct snap back to Bonham on that play.
Okay, it's all right to confuse the defense, but not us, all right?
So the Yellow Jackets advance the ball down to the Culpeper 40-yard line. Yellow Jackets up by 4, 24-20 as we begin this third quarter play. 1st and 10. And a new look for the Yellow Jackets.
Ouch.
And that's going to be Johnson. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. Do you know why they've gone away from their offense that we know with Zach Davis as a quarterback?
Okay, I'm game.
So Zach's back in there now. So they've gone back from that. I would have to say it was Wildcat formation by the Yellow Jackets. So you got 2 running backs back there. 2 receivers split to the far side of the field. Zach pitches sweep around the right side. And a nice run. Johnson down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think that plays there all night. Or excuse me, all day.
Going to be a little, the first day game of the year.
Yeah.
So we've done pretty well.
Pretty well remembering that it is daylight.
Dark. Gain of about 7, setting up a third and 3 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Culpeper, we'll say 34-yard line. Very important opening drive here for James Monroe. And the Yellow Jackets in a reverse and a nice run at the 20. Cuts it back inside. Bottom at the 10. 5-yard line with a nice run.
Wow, that was a surprise.
He was zigging and zagging and finally got the ball down to the 5-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Culpeper 5-yard line. Another new wrinkle. That was a trap.
Yeah, and
counter.
Plus they were in a passing formation,
yes.
and they spread Culpeper's defense out and really took advantage of it.
Yellow Jackets threatening here. 9:49 to go in this third quarter in this championship game. Yellow Jackets quarterback Zach Davis under center, sends a man in motion. Yellow Jackets turn, and that's going to be KJ trying to drag players with him down inside the 5 to about the 5-yard line.
I tell you what, you talk about
my
dragging
good friend
players.
Xavier Richardson just popped in the press box. That guy's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2nd and goal, Bob, from the 5. 9:10 to go, third quarter. Yellow Jackets. And that's going to be A.J. Johnson, 5-yard touchdown run. Into the end zone, touchdown. Yellow Jackets with a statement drive here.
That's number 3 for AJ today. He's three short of his record-setting thing.
6 touchdown game this season.
Yeah.
Tied 2 other players. The extra point, the kick by Hernandez is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 8:59 to go. 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. James Monroe 31, Culpeper 20. Back after this. Back here at Maury Stadium, 8:59 to go, third quarter, 31-20. James Monroe up by 11. Hernandez with the end-over-end
My
kick.
goodness.
10 yards deep. Let's say 8 yards deep into the end zone. Touchback. Culpeper's ball at their 20-yard line.
Wow, consistently. Have you ever seen a high school kicker kick the ball in the end zone that deep? Consistently, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. 47-yard field goal today for Hernandez. And we're going to check the record books, Bob. I'm pretty much sure that it is a record.
And if anybody can go back with the Jackets, it's
But you know my memory is not that well, Bob. I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast.
Don't admit to that. Don't admit to it.
And that's going to be Cold Claw. Late flag coming in. And was that against the Yellow Jacket? A late hit out of bounds, wasn't it?
Oh, I heard some Jacket fans clapping. Did they see something we didn't see?
Well, they see if it's going to be against Culpeper. Saw the referees get in there, but I haven't seen a flag yet. So what's the call here?
Okay.
Personal foul against Culpeper.
Oh, are they getting a little frustrated already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty bad when the fans know the referee's first name.
Oh my goodness.
Whole name.
I think this is the same crew we've seen in a lot of games, yeah.
So, major penalty here against Culpeper. Pushing the ball back to the 14-yard line. Where it will be second down and about 18 yards to go for the Blue Devils. Yellow Jackets get a break here, Bob, and they can score. And that's a run around the side. The ends are very weak. Nice run. Close to a first down. Well, they're going to spot it about 2 yards shy of picking up the first down. That's too easy.
Yeah, you can't have that inconsistency. You get them back, you want to keep them back.
Jack Hardy checking in. He's the backup quarterback to Zach Davis. Got Zach in there playing some defense.
Really?
So third and about 2 yards to go. I think Zach is just a pure athlete, Bob.
Yeah, apparently so. I've never seen him come up on that on the debut.
And a nice hit by number 22, Chris Carter. He just blew that play up, got into the backfield, no gain. That's going to set up a fourth down. Fourth, and what, a yard to go?
Yeah, a little bit less, but I mean, anytime it's fourth down in your own territory,
Well, let's see if they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Boy, that's a gutsy call.
Yeah, that is.
Down by 11. Plenty of time left in this football game. Boy, that's...
Yeah.
They're going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth and a yard to go at their own 29-yard line. And they've got the first down. That's Cold Claw on the carry.
Yeah, I was going to say, guess who?
Well, we got the pronunciation of the number 15's name. We had to do it phonetically and with a hyphen in the
Yeah, right.
So
and
it's
we wrote it in big letters.
Yes,
right?
big letters. So Cold Claw is the correct. So that means I'll stay away from that other shredded cabbage stuff.
All right, now.
First and 10 yards to go for Culpeper at that 35-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining. And they keep it on the ground. A nice defensive play. Number 21, Jay Sproul. Jay has developed into a real good football player and a doggone good young man.
Good, because I tell you what, at the beginning of the year, I don't remember calling his name that much, but now, every game
he's earned that starting position, and he's played extremely well. Second and 11 yards to go. Culpeper at their 34-yard line. Single wing formation. Here comes the blitz by the Yellow Jackets, and it's going to be a throw, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. Well, it was intercepted, but out of bounds.
Just let him know if he would have stayed in.
Yeah, that's a difficult throw, Bob. He's right-hand quarterback rolling to his left, throwing the ball against his body. And like I said earlier, his mechanics are not the best in the world. And that ball was thrown out of bounds. And that's going to stop the clock with 6:42 to go. Big 3rd and 11 situation here.
Yeah, if he threw on balance and threw on a straight line, he would be college material for sure as quarterback.
Our good friend Richard Barnick here in the press box. It's going to be a swing pass, and it's picked off.
Oh, that's
number 7. He's going to score into the end-on touchdown. Pick 6. Aiden Ryan with the pick 6. That's going to we'll say a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown. That ball was off the fingertips of the intended receiver, and Ryan stepped right in there and picked it off and returned it 35 yards for the touchdown.
Wow, that's a backbreaker there, because Culpeper's going to have to throw more and more, and I think that's going to be a danger for him.
PAT by Hernandez. We're all set. The snap, to hold, the kick, it's up, and it is good. Hernandez remaining perfect. 6.5 minutes to go in this third quarter in this 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. Our score, JM 38 and Culpeper 20. Had a flag on the play. Boy, we getting all the celebrities and stars coming in the press box. How you doing, Chuck? Good seeing you.
Stafford's winning?
59-24.
Over point?
Yeah.
Oh, my. My
so
goodness.
Penalty on that PAT. Going to push the Yellow Jackets back. Boy, this is going to be a chip shot for Hernandez. Extra point attempt. The kick by Hernandez. It's up, and it is good.
Just a little practice, that's all.
Timeout on the field, 6:32 to go in this championship game here at Maury Stadium. The Yellow Jackets have opened up an 18-point lead, 38-20. We'll be back after this. On the return for Culpeper. Oh!
Nice tackle.
Number 64. That's Ronnie Johnson in on the stop for James Monroe.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited for Ronnie.
Yeah, you know what? It takes a lot of courage to do that.
So we got a score on the Hopewell-York game. Hopewell beating York 24-6, I think, in the third quarter.
My goodness. Okay, so Hopewell's strong again.
So 1st and 10 for Culpeper at their 24-yard line. Let's see if the Yellow Jackets have taken some of the starch out of this team here. And they need a timeout. So we'll keep it right here. Timeout on the field. Culpeper taking a timeout, Bob.
Yeah, they're a little confusing there, it looked like to me. They came out to line up.
So Culpeper a little bit confused now, Bob.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but they have a one-dimensional offense there,
yes.
And once that gets beaten, it's going to be hard for them to rally up here.
Yellow Jackets played 2 scrimmage games prior to the opening of the regular season. One of those scrimmage games was against Culpeper, and JM beat them pretty handily.
Huh. And they went on to what, win or lose the first 5 games of the season after that, and so we pretty much counted them out. And
the big
you got to give
turnaround.
credit. Yeah.
1st and 10 for Culpeper at their, and a run and a host of JM tacklers in on the stop.
Yeah,
see if I can't call some of the names of those guys peeling off the pile.
I got a 21 and a 72.
That's Jack Hardy too, Bob. Number 78 checking in for James Monroe. That's Dion Carter. All 5'10", 330 pounds of Dion.
Eating regular.
Yep. So a gain of 4 yards, setting up a second down. It's 6 yards to go for Culpeper at their 29-yard line. 5:50 to go, third quarter. JM up 38-20. And quarterback's going to run the ball and stumbles forward out across the 35 to the 36. That looks like it might be enough for Blue Devil first down. Yep.
Yeah, surprise on that play call. He is a very good running back. There's no question about that.
Yes, he is. Looking at Culpeper High School, Bob, head coach Ken Wakefield, Culpeper, at one time was in the Battlefield District, so they were a regular opponent of the Yellow Jackets. But since the realignment, now we're getting a penalty flag coming out.
Too many guys in motion, I think. Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure call against. They could get frustrated and self-destruct here. I'm talking about Culpeper.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of spirit the core they have, and it looks like right now, without their prize quarterback, running back, passer, everything else, doing most of the load, they're not showing much.
The spirit has gone away from Blue Devils, Bob. They're walking out of the huddle now.
Yeah,
they don't have that little sprint that they had before. First and about 15, 16 yards to go. And good tackle. Number 54 for the Yellow Jackets, Kerry Young, in on a stop.
Yep, he did that all by himself.
Yes.
Good job.
Short gain on that play, setting up a second and we'll say 15 yards. 4:30 remaining here in this third quarter. Sun coming out, peeking through the clouds. This overcast Saturday.
Has the wind died down somewhat?
Yep.
I see the flag over there still kind of
blowing a little bit from west to east. Second down and 15 yards to go. Quarterback looking to throw the football, feels the pressure, gets out of that, getting to the outside, and
gets the first down and more.
Yes.
Wow.
He did a great job.
Yeah, that's almost like they should call a play like that.
Cold Claw on the carry. He had to pick up about 15 yards. He picked up 22. Into JM territory. Is a flag on the play? Yes. And it's going to go against Culpeper. Bob is thrown in the Culpeper backfield.
That'll hurt. That was that was a
big play there.
Yeah, it was a big play.
Number 15, Javar Coldclaw, quarterback, Mr. Do Everything for Culpeper. Yeah. Stafford beat Brook Point 59-29.
That is outrageously unbelievable.
Yes.
I'm going to start rooting for the Indians now.
Let me get back on that bandwagon. Huh?
Yeah, right back. Excuse me, is there any room left on the bandwagon? I tell you what, I'd love to see JM and Stafford,
to do well.
Yeah, do well, yeah.
So, a discussion with the officials. Personal foul against James Monroe. So, still a little confusion out there with the officials.
Yeah, I thought they're going to move him back, and looks like he's going to get the run. Was it offsetting or
is it a timeout? I don't know what is going on. Right now we're getting an explanation.
They're talking to the JM captains, and I'm wondering what.
Yeah. You know, Coach Survey, like we're all, Bob, we're aging a little bit, but we can still hear his voice up here.
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't lost that, has he?
Yeah, not at all, not at all.
So, my goodness, major penalty against the Yellow Jackets down to the James Monroe 34-yard line.
Goodness gracious. All right.
Phantom call.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they, never mind, because I thought they were going back with it.
Was that from the spot of where the play was blown dead? Had to have been.
You're right. It had to have been. So and they didn't give us a signal. Was it unsportsmanlike? What's up?
No. Number 11 on the carry, that's Gabe Fry. 5'10", 215 senior, picking up 5 yards on that gallop, off guard on the left side. So the ball at the James Monroe 29-yard line. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 38-20, JM up by 18 points. Certainly don't want Culpeper to get any momentum and try to score and get back into this football game. Direct snap, a handoff again. That's Fry on the carry. He's going to be pushed back. That's number 23, KJ Conaway in on stop. Yellow Jackets get the ball.
Oh, now that's a killer right there.
Fumble.
I did not see that.
They took that ball away because the ball carrier was Gabe Fry. They stopped his momentum, and they kind of stood him up there, Bob. I think they took the ball out.
Wow, they get the ball on the 30-yard line and, go ahead and go down and get another one and put this thing away.
The Yellow Jackets score here. You're going to see some of those Culpeper fans hit Route 3 going to the mall.
Yeah, get some skating in, right?
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 30-yard line. Two receivers to the near side. The Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Nice hole.
Look at
popping through out across the 40. Midfield spins out of the mess. He's at the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown.
Unbelievable.
We'll say a 70-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson. My goodness. He was stopped at midfield, Bob. It was a pile-up. He spun out of that in tremendous speed by Johnson.
He's incredible. That's his 4th touchdown tonight.
44-20. James Monroe blowing this thing wide open.
Unbelievable.
Hernandez in for the PAT. He is perfect on the afternoon, and the Yellow Jackets fake it, and a pass is going to be picked off.
Oh, he can't do that.
Yes, he can.
Oh, he can do that?
I mean, if he returned it, it would have been 2 points.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
So the extra point attempt is no good. I think the Yellow Jackets, Bob, had to fake on there.
It was either that or he didn't get the snap he wanted or something, because it looked like Davis just rose right up there right quick. I don't know. Maybe didn't get the strings in front like he should have. I don't know.
Time out of the field, 2:47 to go. 3B championship game here at Maury Stadium. Yellow Jackets 44, Culpeper 20. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. 2:47 to go. God just gave me the score. I forgot it. Hopewell and York. Hopewell leading 34-6, I think.
Wow, another strong Hopewell team. All right.
34-6, Hopewell on top of York in that other championship game. And the Yellow Jackets have got to put this guy on the ground. That's Capone Hoffman on the return. Got 2 injured Culpeper players down.
Ouch.
Boy, this thing is getting physical.
Yeah. Okay, one's up. The other guy's going to stay down first.
Number 20 is really wobbling, going off. They might have to check him for concussion protocol over there.
Yeah. Wow, I wish we had seen those hits, because they certainly were.
And after all that, Bob, the penalty against Culpeper.
Oh, there is a penalty? Oh, you are absolutely right.
Let's give him a hand. Number 7, slow getting up, finally getting up. That's Lewis Chapman, senior, injured on that kickoff return.
Glad to see both of them go off under their own power there.
I guess the folks at Thomas Jefferson are thinking, when they hear the result of this football game, and say, now they came down and beat us 14-7, and JM has scored 44 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. The offense in the last, 3 weeks has really stepped up and done a job.
A.J. Johnson / Barry Sanders.
He's an incredible guy for 5'8", and not a lot of weight and muscles on him. He just can do it.
And a speedster.
Yeah.
Strong inside runner, speed. He's got it all. Make a nice return man at a college.
Yeah, sure. I'd grab him quick.
Look at that scrum. Yellow Jackets get the ball again. Conaway coming away with the ball.
Yeah, he said I could give it to him. I think he scratched that one from the ground there.
He thought it was a fumble and a recovery, and the official saying that the ball carrier was down.
Yeah, KJ, he wants to pour it on, doesn't he?
Look who's limping out. Number 15, Cold Claw.
Oh, no. That's going to hurt them.
So, second down. And about 7 yards to go for Culpeper.
I was going to say Cold Claw walking off the field, but they're going to sit him down over there.
So second and 7 yards to go. And a run. And number 22, that's Chris Carter with the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Well, you got some Culpeper players, Bob, dropping like flies.
Yeah,
a lot of injuries here now, and that's conditioning.
Yeah, and the Jackets are surprisingly, it just doesn't look like the manhandlers. Yeah. But I tell you what, they have been hitting hard.
And I think we talked about it earlier that the Yellow Jackets had to come out and punch him in the mouth and kind of dictate the tone of his football game. Nice run up the sideline. That's Capone Hoffman. And that's going to move the chain on the far side for. So it looks like it could be a matchup between Hopewell and James Monroe if things continue at both sites this afternoon.
So we're pretty sure we don't know where that one will be played.
No, not yet. Maybe we'll get that answer from Coach Serby at the end of the game. First and 10 yards in the Yellow Jackets. Number 78. Not calling
any numbers, right?
That's right. No, that wasn't number 78.
Okay.
Somehow on the bench saw it. They bringing him out. So first and 5 after that offsides penalty against the Yellow Jackets. 52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets. That's number 1. Boy, he was hit hard. The ball, I thought he came out. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. So that's Hoffman on the carry.
I haven't seen Cold Claw back in the game. Yeah.
No.
I'll see if I can spot him over on the sideline.
So second and 8 yards to go for Culpeper. Blue Devils played the Yellow Jackets well in the first half. The Yellow Jackets have taken control of this football game. That's going to be the last play. Timeout by Culpeper with 13 seconds to go, so we will have another play. So that's where we are, Bob. Yeah, they got a full quarter, whole fourth quarter to go with one timeout. So they will have one other chance to stop the clock in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
we've always talked about running clock. It has to be a 35-point margin.
Okay, so
I actually stumbled across that.
God bless you, Herman. You're the man.
We neither one of us own a rule book.
No, yeah, right. Do they have one?
Do they have rules for this game?
Oh, man. Culpeper is really slowing down. I'm watching them come up to the line and that sort of thing, and it doesn't look like they have don't have that much
pep.
zip. No.
They have lost the pep in their step here. We're talking about the Blue Devils. Second down and 7 yards to go. Quarterback rolling to throw the football. And is it picked off? Boy, that would have been a sensational one-hand interception by K.J. Conaway.
Conway doesn't impress me as a defensive back.
I see a couple of players that they all should be given game balls, Bob. Tremendous effort this afternoon.
Yeah, the D really stepped up there after they got rolling.
So that falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 5. They made a liar out of me, Bob. I say they had time for one more play.
Right.
Here they come up, play number 2 before time runs out here in the third.
Yeah, it's nothing like an incomplete pass to stop the clock here.
They say, let's do this for that broadcaster up there. Penalty against the Blue Devils. We're coming unglued at the seams now.
Yeah.
Culpeper, you can see the body language.
Yeah.
And Hoffman is a quarterback. Hoffman might have been the quarterback that started the season off for Culpeper, where they went 0-5.
Right.
Then they were replaced by our friend Coldclaw, and they have had a string of wins. So Hoffman is back in there. Second out of 10 yards to go with only 5.5 seconds to go. I can start the music, Bob.
Yeah.
Hoffman steps up.
He's going to be
and he's going to be throws it away. It's a reception.
Move, look.
And that's number 42. And why do they have those freak plays at the end of quarters?
that was nothing short of amazing. Wow.
So they made the play, the completion, and Culpeper with a big gain out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. And that's going to end the third quarter of play here at Maury Stadium. 3B Region Championship game. It's our Yellow Jackets leading Culpeper by a score of 44-20. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. 1st and 10 for Culpeper at their 46-yard line. That's going to be Hoffman on the carry. Might have picked up a yard on that running play designed to go around the right side. So the big question here with Coldclaw, Bob, out of the game. We saw him limping out middle way of that third quarter. Has not returned.
I'm looking for him over on the sidelines, and I don't think I see him. We may see him again, but looks like they're just going to go back to what they started with at quarterback. And
11:21 to go. 2nd and 9 yards to go. Hoffman on the carry. And a scrum right at midfield. I don't know what the fans are. Might have been something trying to calm Charlie down a little bit. Number 54, Kerry Young, coming out, getting a breather. Kerry's had a great game.
Yeah, I'd say the Jacket D has answered the call.
10:40 remaining. The winner will advance to the state semifinals next Saturday. And the way it looks, the Yellow Jackets can hold on here. They will play Hopewell. 3rd and 5 yards to go. Man in motion to the near side of the field. Quarterback That's Hoffman. Hoffman breaking through, getting to the outside.
Look at
There'll be a
this.
foot race and pulled down from behind. Still on his feet.
My goodness.
What a big kid. Hoffman is 6'2", 170, a junior, but a big running play. One thing about the Yellow Jackets, Bob, you got to be concerned with, they say defense wins championships.
Right.
And the Yellow Jackets seem to give up too many big plays.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. I think their frame of mind is, okay, we're just getting these guys getting together, and they forget what made them do so well.
And, you know, I've always been told, and I'm sure these kids have been told as well, as a player, Bob, you play every down.
Yeah.
You can't give up and rest on a play. Here we go, 1st and goal in the red zone for Culpeper at the JM 7-yard line. Again, that's Hoffman. Hoffman is tackled right around the 7-yard line. That will set up a 2nd and goal from the JM 7. You got pride at stake here now with this defense. They do not want Culpeper to score.
No, that's for sure, and they know they're wherever it is, they're going to go for touchdowns rather than a field goal, so they can put a stop on them here. They'll probably take over the ball.
You know, I was talking about that state semifinal game next week, Bob. They rotate between regions. If it's our year, we could host that game. 2nd and goal. Hoffman rifles a pass and a nice catch.
Yeah, nice job.
Yes, sir. Number 3, that's Amani Hoffman. One of their brothers. Amani and Capone.
Amani.
Boy, that was a nice slant in the end zone. Ball was thrown high, but Amani Hoffman went high to grab it, so a 6-yard touchdown pass from Hoffman to Hoffman, the law firm. 44-26 outscore. Extra point attempt here by the Blue Devils. And a high snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. 9 minutes remaining in this championship game, 3B Region Championship game. It's James Monroe 44, Culpeper 27. Back after this. Welcome back to Murray Stadium. 9 minutes remaining. Region Championship game. Blue Devils set to kick off to James Monroe. Short end over end kick. The Yellow Jackets fielded on the bounce. Up the middle, there's a hole, and he gets it out to the 44-yard line. If he had made a cut to the right, Bob. But then again, he can't see what we see up here.
Exactly, but a nice job on the return.
It was a good job. So the Yellow Jackets with the football. Excellent field position here at the 44-yard line. Keep the ball on the ground, run some time off the clock. Let's get out of Dodge with a W.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 44-yard line.
34-6. 34-6, the final score. Hopewell beating York. And that's Chris Reeves with a nice move. Still on his feet. And he's pulled out of bounds down inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line.
He was showing his running ability, wasn't he?
Chris Reeves Williams. Boy, I like those receivers when they make people miss, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a couple of Culpeper players miss on that run. So the Yellow Jackets get the first down at the Culpeper 23-yard line. 8:41 remaining as the sun begins to set on the Blue Devils' chances of advancing. Yellow Jackets, a run. That's Bonham. Bonham with a nice run, cuts it to the outside. Turns the corner with the speed into the end zone. Touchdown, James Monroe.
What a run. Wow.
24-yard touchdown run by number 3, Omaro Barnum. Boy, he was shaking and baking on that run. The Yellow Jackets have put up 50 points this afternoon, and it ain't over yet. Like to see a team come back and answer after Culpeper scored.
Yeah, and we were saying get a nice slow drive. That was anything but a nice slow drive.
They didn't run much time off the clock, did they? Extra point attempt here by Hernandez. It is perfect. Timeout on the field in this 3B championship game. 8:30 to go. Outscored James Monroe 51 and Culpeper 27. Back after this. .30 remaining in the Blue Devils season, Bob.
Not looking too bright for the Blue Devils, but
looking good for JM. Hernandez with the kick, got to be taken into the end zone. Touchback, 1st and 10 for Culpeper at that 20-yard line. Well, we talked about the Culpeper support, the fans, Bob. They are still there. They have not gone to the mall yet.
What are you talking about? 30 miles from Fredericksburg, and got a team that has a surprising season. You got to support them. That's good.
He's going on the field. Okay. So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at their 20-yard line. They're going to have to throw the football, Bob, and this could be dangerous. And number 12, boy, that was a blocking sled right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, I tell you what.
Josh Coleman, textbook tackle.
Got my favorite number on, too.
Number 12? Was that your number, Bob?
Back in the day.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed to wear anything under 40. We were the big boys, so we had to wear the big
when
number.
When did they start letting running backs and receivers and all have such low numbers? Was it because I remember at one time if you were a receiver it had to be in the 80s, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, one good guy with a relatively high number was number 44.
Oh,
John Riggins, remember? So, 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Hoffman on the carry. thank you, Richard. We just announced that 5 minutes ago. Well, that's great. Thank you. We appreciate it, Richard. So we're getting scores. We have a cast of people working here, Bob.
Yeah, it's just Tech City, you know. We got all over the universe.
So 1st and 10 for.
Ouch.
And I thought that tackle moved on the far side. Number 77. Let's see. Going to be a false start.
Maybe they'll call.
Respective teams pointing at each other.
Yeah, okay, so they believe.
And so the Yellow Jackets getting offsides penalty.
Also, fans like to help out Mr. Carnell in the studio by picking up your trash when you exit the stadium this evening.
I can't. 1st and 5 yards to go for Culpeper at the 35-yard line. Hoffman on the carry, got back to the line of scrimmage. He's being held up. Finally was dropped. No gain on that running play, setting up a 2nd down. And 5 yards to go. 6 minutes remaining in this championship game here at Maury's Stadium. Been a lot of great football played on this field, Bob.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Couple of state championships. 2nd and 5 yards to go for the Blue Devils at their 35-yard line. Low snap to quarterback Hoffman. Going to be flushed out of the pocket and sacked. Thomas Williams with the sack. Thomas a little bit excited.
Well, yeah, he
10th grader too. I don't see why. I mean, I do see why. So Williams getting his first sack of the season. Want to see some of those young players get in there.
Yeah, it won't be too long before JM starts putting some fresh jerseys in, I'm sure.
So 4:57 remaining. 51-27 outscore. 3rd and 15. Hoffman dropping back, flushed out of the pocket again. Throws a pass. Nearly intercepted. 2 defenders covering number 1 in that secondary. And they're all upset.
Yeah, they said next time, let me get it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's nice when JM has such good coverage that they're fighting over who's going to intercept.
Oh, it's fun time for them now.
Yeah.
Up big, 51-27. 4th down, punting down here, and can you believe it? Blue Devils are punting.
Well, it's been a while, I guess, and
punter at his 10-yard line gets off a punt, nice high punt, and the Yellow Jackets have to get out of the way, and on a return, runs into a brick wall. That's Bonham on a return out to the 43-yard line.
I was watching A.J. Johnson, and it looked like one of the Culpeper players was keeping him, just out of the play. Don't even try to get your hands on the ball.
4:27 to go in this championship game. I think the Yellow Jackets can take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. What do you think?
Well, if he has
you, Bob, you want to press it?
No, you watch Bynum end around.
1st and 10 for James Monroe at the 44. Pitch sweep around the left side. That's number 4 on the carry. Nice run. Devon Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch on the carry. About a yard shy of picking up the 1st down. Nice run. We are getting fresh players in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know we had a Cumberbatch, but he made a very nice run. Yeah.
So 3:53 remaining. Tommy Hayden standing behind us, Bob. I think Tommy's going to go down and hopefully catch up with Coach Survey for an interview. 2nd and a yard to go for James Monroe, quarterback keeper here. It was movement by JM. They fumbled the football, still on the ground. And I think the Yellow Jackets got it back. That ball was squirting around through everybody's leg.
Yeah. And you'd think Culpeper would be all over it, but the Jackets recovered it.
Yep. So fumble recovery by the Yellow Jackets. 3rd and a yard to go. And let's see. Still got number 9, Zach Davis, in there. 78, Deion Carter. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Davis gets the snap, pitch, sweep, run around the right side. Got to cut it in. He who hesitates is lost, and a reverse field. Devon Cumberbatch on the carry. So that's going to set up a 4th down here with 2:27 to go.
What year is Cumberbatch?
He is a junior.
Okay, so they're getting a little forecast going here.
So 4th and 5. And Hernandez, the punter, standing back at his 36-yard line. Deep man for the Blue Devils, standing at his 19. See if we can get a good punt here by. Nice punt by Hernandez. Blue Devils going to let it bounce.
Look at that.
Trying to fan it. Huh?
Yeah, trying to fan it on down the field.
Good punt, pinning Culpeper down inside the 10 at about 7-yard line.
I have to give credit to Will Dyer for wanting the best result from that punt.
Watch my cue. Minute 46 remaining. We are the champions.
Regional championship in a year where they were.
They were out of it. Yeah. Middle of the season, Bob.
It seemed like it, yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets bounced back and put together an exceptional season. You know, their record at one time, they started off 0-3, and everybody was wondering, what kind of team. We couldn't pick the personality of the team because they had none.
Yeah, and I remember even listening to some people say, okay, we have no leaders, we have nobody, stepping up, and then all of a sudden something caught fire, and the Jackets turned this thing around and having a good season, great season.
Final score: Hopewell 44, York 6. So Hopewell will play the Yellow Jackets, and a slant pattern across the middle intended for Amani Hoffman. That falls incomplete. Stopping the clock, a minute 42 to go. And you know what? The Culpeper fans have got to be happy with what they've seen from this team in the second half of the season.
Absolutely, yeah. Look at the crowd, and they pretty much have stayed around. So I think they really appreciate what Culpeper did.
When you look at percentages, how many teams that go start 0-5 and end up in the playoffs?
Exactly.
Not too many.
Yeah.
So the confetti is beginning to fly here at Murray Stadium as the Yellow Jackets began to celebrate. Hoffman swing pass and might be enough for a first down. What's up, Noop? David Williams in the press box. Thank you for bringing that good luck. All right, buddy. Minute 14 and counting down here in this football game. Culpeper coming out this afternoon like gangbusters, jumping on top of the Yellow Jackets. Seesaw first half battle. That's Hoffman on the carry. And a nice defensive play by number 22. That's Chris Carter. Chris has had a great game. Game ball to Chris Carter.
I tell you what, we have definitely called his name a lot.
A.J. Johnson should have a gold game ball. 4 touchdowns, Bob.
4, yep.
So that's 10 touchdowns in 2 games if we look at the 6 touchdown performance.
Right.
That's anybody's season, isn't it?
No kidding. I think that might have been my career. Oh, brother.
First and 10 yards to go for the Blue Devils. 29 seconds to go. Hoffman with the snap rolling to his right. Gonna have to get rid of it. Throws it as far and as hard as he can. It falls incomplete. 17.6 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets 17 seconds away from a region championship here at Maurice Stadium. Always good to get them at home, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And if there's some kind of rule that says that Hopewell's coming here, I'll be so happy.
We don't know, so hopefully Coach Survey can answer that question as we send Tommy Hayden down on the field to try to grab a couple of players and coach the winning coach. Probably one more play, a couple of plays if it's a pass play. They run it, that's it. Second down and 10 yards to go. Culpeper, Hoffman on the run, and a flag coming out. If I was an official, Bob, I don't think I'd have the nerve to throw a flag. Yeah, would you?
No.
So it's going to be a holding call. Insult to injury for Culpeper. That's when he could have kept in his pocket, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, at this point, you know, they have to be diplomatic.
10 seconds to go. Holding call against Culpeper. So the Yellow Jackets will have a winning record.
First time this season. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, my goodness.
They were at 500 one time. Never.
Oh, somebody just got the water jug.
Could they got surveyed?
Oh, yeah.
Last play of the football game, that's Hoffman.
He wants to try to, you know, keep things going.
Got to pad his stats there a little bit. That's going to do it. The Yellow Jackets have captured the 3B Region Championship this afternoon here at home. That final score, JM 51, Culpeper 27. We'll be back with interviews and scores from other games coming up after this timeout. Welcome back to Maurice Stadium. It's the final. And Coach Survey, Tommy's going to have to be aggressive in going after him.
Yeah, he's soaking wet on a little bit of a chill day.
So, Bob, let's recap it as quickly as we can. We got a lot of scoring. 51-27 our final score. Here's Bob Blackburn.
Okay, Culpeper got the start in the first quarter. They only scored at 3:59. Coleclaw ran for 4 yards. Point after was good, and Culpeper took a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. JM came back at 9:07 on an 80-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, 1 of 4 today. Point after was good, made it 7-7. Culpeper came back at 4:33 on a 3-yard run by Coleclaw. Point after was good. They took a 14-7 lead. JM was right back at 3:14 on a 21-yard TD pass from Davis to Woolridge. Point after was good, and JM had tied it at 14-all.
Bob, let's interrupt for a minute. Let's go down on the field of Tommy Hayden.
Okay,
Tommy finally caught up with Coach Rick Survey.
Over there, give it out, little biscuits.
Hey, Coach. Hey, how you doing? You guys have struggled here in the first half, and how do you guys do how the adjustments here in the second half?
We always struggle in the first half. I don't know why in the first quarter, but then Griffin gets in there. Daryl Dyson, they make some changes. Hey, 15, you're a hell of a football player, son. You are one hell of a football player. Hey, we go to all region, you got my vote. I promise you that, okay? You're a great kid, all right? You're a great kid. Good job, okay? All right.
But AJ Johnson had a heck of a game today.
Yes, he did. AJ's a heck of a running back. All we got to do is try to crack him loose. Once we crack him loose, they ain't going to catch him.
I'm sorry.
And, Culpeper came out. I think we wore him down. I actually think we wore him down. We tired them out.
The running game really came on in the second half, Coach.
Yes, it did. The offensive line came in, got second wind, got some water in them, and played a great second half. It's all up to the kids. The kids made the difference, and they did a great job.
All right. Well, your next opponent is York. Not York. I'm sorry. Hopewell. You guys ready for Hopewell?
I'm going to enjoy this for about a half an hour to an hour, and then I'll worry about Hopewell. But Hopewell's really good, so we got our work cut out for us.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Go to York.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Tommy, with winning coach, Coach Survey down on the field. And Tommy's looking for some other players. But Bob, you can pick up where you left off. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, not a big deal. Let me know when Tommy finds a player here. All right, anyway, in the next minute of the first half, JM really exploded. At 1 minute, they had a 5-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, his second of the afternoon. Point after was good, 21-14 JM. And Culpeper came back with 18 seconds on a 64-yard touchdown pass. Their point after was no good. It made it 21-20 JM. JM scored one more time in the first half with 2 seconds left on a 47-yard field goal by Hernandez, and we're still trying to find out if that's the longest one ever for JM. But at any rate, JM took a 24-20 lead into the locker room. JM scored again in the third quarter at 8:59 with the 5-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson, his third of the day. Point after was good, made it 31-20, and JM never looked back after that. JM scored again with a 35-yard interception by Alden Ryan, and point after was good, made it 38-20 James Monroe. They scored one more time in the third quarter with 2:47, and that was a 70-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, his fourth of the night. Point after no good. James Monroe took a 44-20 lead. Culpeper came back with one more score on a 6-yard Monty Hoffman to the other, his brother. Point after was good. That was 44-27, and JM put the icing on the cake at 8:30 in the fourth quarter with a 22-yard run by Bynum, and the point after was good, making the final score James Monroe 51 and who is it? Culpeper 27. I'm sorry, I apologize.
How soon we forget.
I apologize.
Final score 51-27. Thank you, partner Bob, for all of that information. It's been a wonderful afternoon if you're a James Monroe High School fan. And if you're looking at the screen now, they were just holding up that Region 3B trophy, and all of the winning players gathered on the field down there. What a great afternoon for James Monroe High School football as they advance to the state semifinals next Saturday, and they will play Hopewell. We don't know whether that game will be in Hopewell or if it's here in Fredericksburg, but we will certainly let you know. I got my fingers crossed that it would be played here at Maury Stadium.
Yeah, I'm ready to write a
Do you
check.
know where the game's going to be played, Julian? At Hopewell? Now, but what they do, they reverse the regions from year to year, so. Okay. So it's PowerPoints, so that means Hopewell will host the game, and we will be there.
Been there at that stadium a few
And
times.
done that.
And then done that yet.
Well, let's wrap it up here, Bob, but what a great afternoon of high school football here at Maury Stadium. James Monroe Yellow Jackets, 3B region champions. Can you believe it?
Wow, it sounds good. You never would have believed it as they were going along or they opened up. But congratulations to the Jackets, because there was a point there that they realized they could win if they just put it together.
And even in this game, you know, they kind of seesawed with Culpeper in the first half of today's game, but took control. And what can we say about Hernandez? Probably a record-setting field goal of 47 yards in today's football game. A.J. Johnson had a great game. Game balls going to a lot of JM players for outstanding performances this afternoon. So once again, that final score for Jim, for Bob, I'm Herman K. saying so long from Maury Stadium. Our final score, it's James Monroe 51, Culpeper 27. We'll see you next week in Hopewell.